It's a beautiful morning at Guacamole Camp. We're grabbing a few cows because we're gonna have a wild cow riding today. That's why you tuned in, and that's what you're gonna get to see, an actual wild cow riding. We're gonna probably pick maybe an Angus cow, Hereford cow, mix it up. Might even take John back. Carson doesn't know what's about to hit him, all right? It's gonna be a wild cow. We may tip her horns, they're pretty sharp. Might have to like get in the truck and pull up so they'll all go in. This is why we gather them. This is why you gather cows horseback. Cubes are only so good at cowboy. They're not a better cowboy than Dale Brisby though. Yeah, here's one, 34, and John.
Hi.
Attaboy, Donnie. Step around. And then that black cow can go out.
Nice cut, Jackson.
Attaboy, Jackson. We got another practice bull, practice heifer, practice cow. And then we got Carlos, the man of love, up there. We got plenty of stock. I'm anxious to see how this cow bucks. She's actually the most wild cow we have out here. So it's funny that we caught her. A foot. Square knot, baby. That's how you do that, Jack.
Yes, sir.
Now let's the rest of us go on to Montana.
Thank you for enjoying this episode of Rodeo Time. What you're about to watch is world champion and Hall of Fame bull rider Cody Custer. He's going to be giving Carson and Kevin some bull riding instructions. They've been getting it from the greatest of all time, Dale Brisby, but also world champion Cody Custer is about to give 11 minutes of how to ride bulls. So if you ride bulls, this is great information. If you don't ride bulls and you want to fast forward to the actual wild cow riding, that's fine too. You got to check out, regardless, you got to check out dalebrisby.com. We've got new shirts, new caps, and we've also got a Bible study, but it's unlisted. You can't search it. You've got to text the word Bible to my phone number, 940-353-0890. And usually I do 1 or 2 a week, and I'll send you my unlisted video Bible study. So check out dalebrisby.com and enjoy the rest of this rodeo time.
Oh yeah, that'll work. All right, so basically where I start is everything has to do with athletic position. Okay, so if I'm guarding somebody at the basket, this is my position. Yes, sir. I pull my elbows in. It gives you good movement. If you like what I saw in the video, you're kind of leaving like this. And that always gets you top heavy. Yes, sir. This rolling your elbow down keeps your hips up under you, okay? So when I'm talking about anything to do with this, it's this position, okay? Good posture. My hips are in front, or my shoulders in front of my hips, knees in front of my hips also. This is your pivot point right here. So this position right here is you want your knees up in front of you and pulled up a little bit, okay? Because if you drop if I drop my leg straight down below my hip, all I've got keeping me from going over the front end is my spurs. Spurs come out, then you're top. You're going to topple forward, yes, and then this position right here is escalating. I don't know if you're doing this, but I'll show you something in the chute that'll help you with not even having to think about it. But so anyway, this position I'm in right here. I'm in a good position. You see my hands a little bit above my eye level, elbows in front of my shoulder, and pulled in. Okay, it's not necessarily like this, but it's pulled in. It's not, I'm not. You gotta be really strong with everything, and all your energy's going here. Okay, so when a bull comes up, when his front feet are off the ground, what's he doing with his hind feet? He's pushing away. Yes, sir. Okay, so the fight is this. Because if you get here in the jump, then you have no place else to go except forward. So the main thing is staying here. And why I like a stationary barrel versus a lot of the drop barrel, you can get on the drop barrel some, but the stationary barrel, so when that bull jumps up in there and his hind feet come off the ground, there's a peak. and like a hang time, okay? Some of them their timings like this, some of them their timings like this, but there's always a hang time. On this drop barrel, unless you got somebody handling it back there, there's not a whole lot of hang time. So anyway, whoever's bucking the dummy with you, or the drop barrel, yes, have them hold it up in the front end a little bit longer. Than don't let it just do that, because like the everything that's been created to be a training tool that moves, it's not duplicating this movement, them moving away from you. Okay, so what happens if you get on the drop barrel all the time and you just kind of go through the motions? This thing's not going to buck you off. I mean, there's no way it can. Maybe you can maybe fall off, but it's not going to buck you off, because it's never emulating the strength you have to have here as that bull's moving away from you. Okay. Yes, sir. And if you notice right here where when I'm moving forward, you see what my hand does? Yes, I'm picking up. Okay. So the push lift thing is a stupid argument, because you don't constantly push and you don't constantly lift, but you do have to lift. You pick that bull straight up underneath you. Okay, that's a lift. The argument is this is prying down. And so Sage Kimsey said it one day, said you lift through your shoulder, and it made so much sense to me, because that's exactly what you do. When you move forward, you lift through your shoulder. I can get way forward. Pushing on my rope doesn't get me in front of it doesn't get me forward. Okay, so that pushing on your rope it's a dumb argument, because now if you're getting on bodacious, yeah, your arm's gonna go a little bit straighter, because you're having to drive straight out over the front. But at where you're at right now, you're not riding bodacious. You're gonna have to keep that sucker under you, keep him up under you, and suck him up underneath you, suck yourself down to him. You know what I'm saying? That's where that lift is. You got to keep him underneath you. Okay. So when I'm driving forward, that bull peeks out. I want to stay here. I want to stay in this position until he gets all the way to the peak, and then starts to drop. And then when he starts to drop is when you release a little bit. Yes, sir. But if you're riding the drop barrels just going like this, it makes guys start sitting down kind of quick. That, in my mind, and that's why I say a lot of time on a stationary barrel and a little time on a drop barrel. You know, but so when you drive up, when I drive to the front, I'm going to hold it for 3 or 4 seconds and get myself accustomed to staying there as long as I need to, and being in control when I release. Yes, sir. Because if you're just on one that's just never stops, never peaks out, never simulates that peak of a bull's jump, then you're going to sit down before he starts to drop, and then it gets you reared back here. Yes, okay, so practice this. This is the one drill right here that I think everybody needs to concentrate on. This. I'm getting up here, getting all my weight forward. You see where my elbow is? My hand's a little bit here. It's kind of like you're scooping a little bit. Yes, sir. Or high-fiving, or whatever you want to call it. But if you're in that position, then you're ready for wherever he's going. And as that bull comes up, when his front feet come off the ground is when he decides which direction he's going, right? So if you get in a hurry to the turn, then at the kick you're going to be out here, or if you get in a hurry to the turn, you're going to be here. Yes, sir. So ride straight forward, like practice straight forward. It's everything. You got to ride straight forward, because if you're up there on their shoulders, that's what you're riding, is the bull's shoulders. If you're on his shoulders is where he goes. He can't go a different direction than his shoulders are going. Okay, and that's where getting in a hurry to the turn makes you miss that. Get back here in the peak of that jump, and then when he drops, it opens you up this way, or it makes you, either get you back here or get you in this position. So I want to ride up here, and that bull, he can pull me out here a long ways, and I've never made a move with my free arm yet, because I'm riding here, riding structured. Okay. Yes, sir. So when they pull you, don't fight the pull. Just pick your hand up, and then you can move across. or move to that shoulder again. Same deal away from your hand. They can pull me out here for a long ways, and I can still get where I'm supposed to be without making a swooping move. So this move right here is kind of an illusion. If you get in the habit of doing this all the time and thinking that's how to ride one away from your hand, then when one moves forward, you're not still riding the jump. You start riding the turn. And so I don't like seeing guys practice this move right here. This, I see that all the time. I see this, move behind the chutes, this move going into your hand. No, you move here, they pull you, then you get here with your structure. Yes, sir. And if you have to finish it off with this, then you can come straight back to the front. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, that's what I'm talking about riding straight forward. You gotta ride straight forward, straight forward, straight forward, straight forward. Because after one jump, what comes next? Another. Exactly. So they're constantly, it's like when they snap the ball in football, you power off the line, take your guy and then you go run a pattern or you go after the quarterback or whatever. If you're a lineman, it's kind of like being a bull rider. You got to pound 6, 8, 10 times right in a row. And so get in the habit of snapping to that front and holding. Yes, sir. Snap to the front and hold. Snap to the front and hold. And he can go here, I can move across here. He can go here, I still haven't done a lot with my free arm. Yes, sir. So the free arm, the illusion of the free arm, it's the last thing you use to get where you're supposed to go. To get there, you still got to have control of it where it's at, because if you're trying to get there, if I'm trying to get to the turn this way, or if I'm trying to get to the turn this way, look what's happening to all this. All this is just falling away from the shoulders rather than driving up to the shoulders and hanging on, So I about bucked off, didn't I? But anyways, that makes sense to you? Yes, sir. Like straight forward, straight forward, straight forward. You ever ride a motorcycle? Yes, sir. Okay. You know how you get up here? You can follow that. You can lean with it and all that stuff. But if you get back here, then you lose control. Same deal. Bull riding the same way, and I can relate it to all kinds of different things. Anyway, dismounts. Been making it that far?
Been trying.
Okay. On your dismounts, just the main thing is just as a controlled buck off, yes, basically. Sir. And the idea is to be going away from where the animal's going, okay? So you get your head pulled around, yes, you wear a helmet. Yes, sir. So practice with your helmet on, because the helmet kind of limits you. Okay. And that's why, a lot of guys kind of end up going here because they just get that far and they don't go ahead and pull it around. So practice pulling that thing all around. And if you see my get off right here, I'm still hanging on with my legs. I haven't just let go, and I'm still hanging on, and I'm kind of, it's a controlled fall off. Yes, so I'm falling off and I'm kicking my legs over and I'm moving the other direction. Yes, so, and that's as important as riding good, because if bad get off can end the whole deal, or a lot of guys' careers have been cut short for having bad dismounts. So you ever been hung up? Main thing is don't panic. Don't panic, get to your feet. You ride American style?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That American style rope, the bind is here. If you get your elbow over their back, it comes loose.
Okay.
Most of the time when you got a good rope, you open your hand, it's gonna come loose anyway, but just don't panic.
Yes, sir. And
remember, nobody's there to help you. There might be bullfighters, and some of them might just be guys that like to wear tights and makeup, I don't know. But I guess around here there's some bullfighters, but a lot of places you go, you'll be kind of on your own. Just take care of yourself and get in that habit of the first thing that happens when you hang up, you get to your feet and drive close, get your elbow over. All right, so I'm just gonna show you a little something that's gonna help a lot with leaving the chute. Once you got your wrap and everything and you're ready to go, you slide your feet forward in front of your rope. It's gonna, so if I slide to my rope right here and sit on my rope and drop my legs down, look at where my knee is.
Yes, sir.
Straight below my hip, okay? So remember what I was talking about? Then all you got is your spurs hanging on.
Yes, sir.
And so when your spurs come out, then it makes you top heavy. And so you want that pivot point of your knee in there, kind of in their shoulder. So if you'll slide your feet forward in front of your rope, you see this? I guess you riding bulls too? I'm not just exclusively showing one guy, but you slide your feet forward in front of your rope, almost more than you think you need to, almost to their shoulder. Then when you slide up there, your knee is automatically going to go here. See the difference in that? You can see the rope. You can see the rope behind my leg. You see that? Hey. But you know what I'm saying? That's so now I'm on top of his shoulders rather than behind his shoulders.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So just slide your feet forward before your feet before anything got to go in front of your rope, so that when you hit your rope, look where, see that rope behind me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so your rope is just barely behind their shoulders, and we're riding their shoulders. So if you're behind your rope, then you're that much further behind their shoulders. You want to get, on this side, you can see that rope behind my leg there? That's what you want. That's going to have that pivot point of your knee in their shoulders. So, if that helps you guys. Another little thing in here in the chute, guys, when you guys slide off in here, pull your legs into them. You see how I got my legs into them? Now, if she starts jumping, kicking in here, I got something to keep me from going over her head. But the other thing that does, it kind of calms them down when they're kind of ignorant in there. If you put a little bit of pressure with your knees on them, just kind of hang on to them. A lot of time they'll settle down. Plus it puts you in. Yeah, good. I'm glad I picked to get on her.
This is the wild cow riding we're talking about. Boudreaux was talking about. It's his idea. He said he wanted Bramer cows from East Texas, but we've got Hereford cows from West Texas. So Carson's about to strap one.
Her before? It's old number 12.
Yeah, that's that old number 12 cow. She's usually out there, and she'll either go straight, left, or right.
Big and strong. Pull your arm away a little bit. Spread out, spread out, spread out. There you go, spread out. Get over there. Keep right. Get over there. Yeah, girl. Foot out a little bit. Yeah, whistle. Kick him a little bit. Whistle. Not until he stops. Get off us before he stops. Get that wrap undone.
All right. There, girl, Joe.
You pulled your tail and you sat there for a little while, and then when he started going into your hand, you kept a hold of your tail for too long, and it got you. Pick it back up so you can get your shoulders in front of you. As soon as you do that, your shoulders go back. You got your wrap through your hand, just pick it up there,
Yeah, once you have it. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Good ride.
Oh, thank you. I was fixing.
Do you practice spurring a little bit?
No.
Practice a little bit.
Yeah.
Like on that little bull, you wouldn't have to, do this, but get you some money chops, and them judges see you being aggressive with your feet, they're gonna add some points to it. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to spur the piss out of one, but just get you some like you're on a spur board almost. Like a bareback rider on a spur board. Get fast with your feet so you can stick them back down. That'll even help your riding, And then if one is pretty sweet like that, you can get you some money chops, and they think you're spurring the piss out of them.
Cow riding went really good, and now we're bucking the big bulls. Actually, this bull is smaller than the cow, but it does have the huevos. Man, we got 3 greats here. 2 world champions and the greatest of all time. That's pretty cool, Donnie.
You're really thinking about pulling that elbow in? Get a little bit bigger, because you were being mechanical about it instead of flowing. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
But the thing is, you're not doing this now. You're thinking about that elbow down. So don't be so mechanical. Be more up here, you know, like get on that barrel and you know, experience sliding that arm away from me a little bit. Yes, versus this, and move around doing this, and then move around and do this, and feel the difference in what, you know, this. If you're here like this, you gotta be so picture perfect, and you can't be picture perfect on here. You got some grace here. You know, you pull your arm away from you got a lot of room before you get in trouble. Yes, but here you get in trouble quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So, it's the exact same thing I told him. I told you that same thing, almost word for word. Yeah. You don't want to listen to me. Thanks for watching this episode of Rodeo Time on the beaches. We had the wild cow riding. I hope it was everything you wished for and more. Do we need to buck some more cows? Do you like them, Cody? Do you like the cow? We might have to bring the whole herd over here. Do what?
I said not bad.
It's good for interns. You let us know what you think about the cows in the comments below. Don't forget to check out dalebrisby.com for all the sweet apparel. It's rodeo time, old son. On to the next one.